Alright, what's up guys? So in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can customize your Shopify product pages. So we're going to be going through the entire process step by step. We're going to go ahead and create a new product. I'm going to show you how to go ahead and go through the entire product editor on the product section, and I'm going to show you how to fill out all the information in there, and then we're going to head over to the theme and I'm going to show you how you can customize a few different settings that will change what the product page looks like. So in order to get started, you need to go ahead and log into your store and then come over here to products, and in this case I'm going to go ahead and just click add product, and we will get to the product editor screen right here, which is pretty simple, but we're going to go ahead and go through the entire process. So the first thing we want to go ahead and do is give our product a title. So in this case I will just be using a laptop for this example, so I'll go ahead and put the title in, and the next thing we need to do is the description. But actually before that, what I normally like to do is go ahead and add the files of the laptop, or the product rather, in first. So you can come here and click add file, and then you can go ahead and just find wherever you have the photos saved, and then you can go ahead and upload them right here. And if you have more than one, you can go ahead and upload multiple, and we can go ahead and do that. So this is where we upload our product photos. This one right here on the left is going to be the main photo that shows first. So if you want a different one to be the main photo, we can just drag this over here instead. But in this case, I'll go ahead and keep this as the main one. So the next thing we're going to do is look at the organization over here. And we're going to get to the description next, just because that's a little bit longer. So we're going to do this part first, it's a little shorter. So the first thing here is we can fill in this information right here. So the first thing is going to be the product type. So the product type here in this case would just be a laptop. So you can just type in what it is and click add. And then the vendor here is if you are selling things in your store that are from multiple vendors. So let's say in this case the vendor would be Acer, but if you're selling your own branded products, you can just put your brand here, or you can just leave it empty if everything on the store is from like the same vendor or brand. And then down here we have the collections tab, where we can go ahead and add this product to an existing collection that we have. So if we click on it here, you'll see it will show the collections that we have here. So in this case I'm going to just add it to the homepage collection. And if you do not know how to create collections, I actually have a separate tutorial on that, which I will link in the description. And then the next thing we need to do here is add our tags. So this is going to help people that are searching for products on our store to find this specific one. So the more tags you have, you want to make sure you have as many relevant tags as possible, so that way people can find your product a lot easier within the search results. Now tags are going to be more and more important depending on how many products you have. So if you have like 3 products, obviously people are going to be able to find them, but if you have 300 products, then it's going to be more important to set up the tags properly. And also tags are a way that you can have products auto categorize inside of collections, which I go over in the collections video. So in this case I could just go ahead and do laptop, gaming laptop, gaming, and you put in any type of relevant tags you want here, maybe one more, Acer. So we went ahead and put in some relevant tags. So now we've done the media photos and we've done the organization. So this is now where we can go ahead and edit the description of the product, and this is where the meat of the content is going to go. So what I have here is I'm going to show you a template right here that you can use for the description, and then I'm going to show you individually how to go in here and use the editor. Now I actually do have a separate video breaking down this template in detail, showing what each one of these sections means, and I will go ahead and link that in the description as well if you want to see the in detail tutorial on how to create a description itself. In this video, I'm just going to be going over it a little bit quicker since we're going to be covering the entire product page itself. So, but this is a base template that you can use right here. And when it comes to going ahead and putting this in, so we could go ahead and start out with the tagline here. So with the editor, if I wanted to make a big headline, I'd come here to formatting and I'd select one of the headings. So the lower the number, the bigger the heading is going to be. So in this case, I'll go ahead and just select heading 1, and I'll type in get a great gaming laptop, and for some reason it didn't make that a header, so I'm going to highlight that and then click on heading 1, and now we can see that it's bigger. And right below this, if we were following the template here, we would have what's called a pain and lifestyle paragraph, which I go ahead and cover more in the description video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take some sample text and put that in here for the paragraph. So at this point, you can see that when you type in a heading and then you click enter, what it's going to do is if I start typing now, you can see that now I'm back to normal size text again. So it automatically switches to body text. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in this paragraph here. And then if I wanted another heading, I could hit enter, come down here, and let's say I wanted a smaller heading, so a heading 2. So I type in heading 2, and we can see that it's a little bit smaller here. I hit enter, it's body text again, and I have another paragraph, and that's how we can construct these descriptions. So if I hit enter, and let's say I wanted to break up all this text with an image, which if you're following the template, that's what you'd be doing. So I would come here to insert image, and you can see that I can pick an image that's already uploaded to the store, or I can pick a product image we have, or I can just go ahead and click upload file, which is what I'm going to do here. So I can go ahead and upload a file here. So it's going to go ahead and upload, and then once it does, you can select it, and you can go ahead and select the size you want it to be right here. So you can have it be large, or you can have it be extremely small. In this case, I'm going to keep it 480 by 480, but it depends what size you want to go with, depending on what you think looks best. You can always mess around with different sizes and keep previewing the product page. So what I'm going to do now is right here where it says image alt text, you just want to put pretty much what the photo is. So in this case, I'm just going to put Acer gaming laptop, and this is going to help with SEO. And I'm going to go ahead and click insert image, and we can see now that the image is here. Now really quickly before we move forward, I am going to click save just in case something were to happen with your internet or browser crashes. You want to make sure that you save frequently so you don't lose all of the edits that you've done. So let's say now I want to hit enter, and we could add in another heading. So we go ahead and put that in there, and let's say I put another paragraph of text, and let's say this time I want to go ahead and insert a video, because if we go back to the format here, we can see that a video is also in that. So if you wanted to insert a video, what you need to do is first head to YouTube and find the video that you want to go ahead and use. So let's say I want to use this one, and if I go ahead and pause this video at the beginning, I can come here, click share, and we can click on the embed button right here, and we just take this embed code right here, and we can have this start at a specific time if we want, but we're going to just start it at 0. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this code, and I'm going to come back to the store, and then right here we just need to click this up here in the top right corner, show HTML, and I'm going to come down here to the bottom here. You can see it's going to look a little bit more confusing, but essentially you just want to go to where you want to place it. So you're going to see paragraphs here are separated by the P's right here. So I'm going to go right below this paragraph, click enter, and paste the video in. And then if I click show editor again and scroll down, we'll see that the video is now showing up right here. So at this point, I've shown you pretty much how you can add almost anything you'd want into the description template. So there's one more thing I want to show you really quick. So let's say if I'm going to come here, I'm going to add in another heading, and we can do like features and specs. And then if you wanted to add like a bullet point list with all your specs, you could go ahead when you're in the body text mode and just click bulleted list here, and you could start typing them in like this. Click enter, feature 2, feature 3, and by doing this you are making a well formatted and very clean looking product description. So that's how you go ahead and utilize the editor here to create a product description. And like I said, if you want more details on what to put in these specific sections, then I recommend checking out the product description template video in the description, where I go over this in more detail. So the next thing we need to do now is come down here to pricing. So actually, before we get into this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click view, just so we can see what this looks like live, and then we can jump back and forth as we keep saving it. So we can see this is what the product page looks like right now. So I'm going to come back here now to price, and this is where we can choose the price of the product. So let's say this is going to be the regular price. So let's say I make it $699.99, and I click save. And if we came back over here and I refresh it, well, it's not going to show it yet because it's sold out. Let me just go ahead and change quantity here to 1, just so that way we can see this on the product page really quickly. So now once this goes ahead, and let me just go ahead and reload it this way, and we can see that now we see the price right here. So now I want to show you how you can go ahead and create a sale with the price. So we can see right here that if we put the compare at price, this is how you would create a sale. So this is the price that people are going to buy for, and if you wanted to make it a sale or a discount, this is where you put the original price. So let's say this was originally $799.99. So if I put that in here and I click save and I come over here, I'm just going to click view again, we can see that now it shows that this product is on sale for $699.99, and it was originally $799.99. So that's how you can go ahead and create a sale. So right down here we can go ahead and choose to show the unit price for our product, but in most cases we don't need to go ahead and do this, so I'm going to leave this unchecked. And then right here, this is pretty much just for personal use. So this is just to help you determine your product's profit margin. So you can see right here, cost per item. So let's say this product, we could buy it at wholesale for $499.99. So what it would do right here is it would just automatically calculate the profit percentage we have and our total profit number right here. So in this case, we'd be making 28.6% and or $200. And then right here, we can choose whether or not we want to charge taxes on this product. So in a lot of cases, you're going to need to go ahead and charge tax depending on the state you're operating out of. That's something you need to look into depending on where your business is based. And then right here, and as far as the tax settings go, that's something you set up within settings. And then here we can go ahead and set up our inventory details here. So this is where you can put the SKU number for the product. So if you wanted to go ahead and make up your own, so if I did, let's say TSO for the sample store name, and then like 1, 2, 3, if you just want to go ahead and use this to help keep track of things, or if the product actually has an actual SKU, which I'm sure this product does, you could go ahead and use that. And same with the barcode information. So I'll just put in like a sample number here, but this is where you could put in the ISBN or like the GTIN if the product actually has that. And then here you can choose to track quantity. So if you have a limited amount of this product available, you can go ahead and put that information in right here. So let's say we only had like 50 in stock, then I could add 49. So now we have 50 available. And if we had unlimited stock, then you could just uncheck this. But a lot of times you'll probably have a set amount of stock, so you'd be tracking the quantity. And then right here you can choose to continue selling when the item is out of stock. So if you want to keep taking orders even after you've ran out, then you would go ahead and check that. And then down here we can go ahead and choose whether this is a physical product or not. So if this is a digital only product, you can uncheck this and we don't need any of this information. But if it is a physical product, then we can come down here and put in the weight, and this just helps with the shipping information. So here you would just put in how heavy the product is. In this case it's in pounds, but you can change the weight metric you want to use here. And then you come down here and select where the country is, where the product is shipping from rather, so the country of origin. And then right here you have the HS code, which is used by border officers right here to classify the product. So if you're not shipping internationally, then you don't even need to mess with this. And then down here is where we can go ahead and edit our product variants. So if you have variants with your product, you can go ahead and select this, and if you check this, you'll see that you'll be brought with the options menu right here. So in this scenario, this laptop doesn't have any options. However, I will go ahead and show you how the functionality of this works. So we can see that we have option 1 right here, which is size. We can change the name of the option if we want. We can see that it gives us some samples right here. So we'll stick with size because that's a common one. And all you have to do is start typing, and you can separate the options with a comma. So let's say I wanted to do small, medium, large, and extra large, then that would go ahead and be created. And then let's say I wanted to add another option of color. I could do red, green, purple, blue, and just like that, you'll see that now we have 2 different options with 4 different variations. So now we can see that there's a ton of different variations down here, and this is where we can edit things specifically. So this is where you can edit each individual combination and variations price, SKU, and the quantity overall. So what you can do here is, let's say you only had one of the small and red variation, you could change this to 1. And let's say for example, extra larges were more expensive than the smalls, you could come down here and change the price specifically for the extra larges, and then you could put in the specific quantities as well that you have, and you could also customize the individual SKUs for each one of these as well. So in this case, this product doesn't have variants, but that's how you go ahead and add variants in. It's pretty easy to use. You just have to fill out a lot of information once, but then once you do, you're good to go. So in this case, I'm going to uncheck that. And the last thing we need to edit on the product page here is going to be the search engine listing preview. So if we click edit website SEO, if I come over here, you can see that this is what we're editing right here. This is what we're editing right here. So this is what's going to, we're editing what's going to show up right here. So we can see that the page title is the first thing that we need to edit. So typically with the page title, you just want to go ahead and put in the name of the product. You want to make sure it's clean and looks good, and then you can put like the name of your store after it, so something like that. And the description, you want to go ahead and describe your product, so it's going to autofill based on your description, which you don't want to happen. So you can go ahead and just write a little bit about your product here. Now the key thing with the description is you want to make it something that's clickable, so something that's going to get people to click because it's what they're going to be reading right here. But you also want it to have a few product keywords in it, so that way it helps with your SEO. And I do have a separate video on Shopify SEO that I'll also link in the description. And then down here we have the URL and handle, so this is what's going to show up here. So you just want to make sure it's clean. So we can see that this one is just, it's going to be your store / products / this. And if it's really long, then you may want to shorten it up. But in this case, it's just Acer gaming laptop, so it's fine. And just like with the page title and the description, you just want to make sure that the keywords, that the primary keyword is in here. So like the primary keyword for this product, for example, would just be gaming laptop. So I would just want to make sure that's in the title, the description, and in the URL. So at this point, I would go ahead and click save, and that's how you customize this part of the product page. And the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and go to online store, and we're going to go ahead and click customize here, and we're going to go to the catalog, and we're going to select the product we just edited right here. And now once we're up here, we can see that I'm going to click on product pages, because it's just going to give us a few ways that we can edit the product page itself right here. So the first thing we can do is change the image size. So if I make it small, it makes the product image smaller, or I can make the product image full width, or I can make it large. In this case, I'll go ahead and keep it at medium. I think that looks fine. Oh yeah, one thing I'll show you real quick. If we go to, like, let's just say we make it large, and I click on here, this is what it will look like on mobile. So you can see what it looks like differently on mobile. Most of these are going to look about the same on mobile. As you can see, the main difference is going to be on desktop. And then the next thing we can do is we can show the quantity selector right here. So if we want people to be able to buy multiple of this product, so if it's something that is common that people would buy more than one of, you can go ahead and show this right here. Like in this case, I probably wouldn't show that because not many people are out here buying like 17 laptops. But if this was like a consumable product or something like that where people commonly buy more than one, then you could go ahead and show the quantity selector, and it shows up right there. And then right here we can show the vendor as well. So in this case, showing the vendor would make sense because this is a product from a third-party vendor, from Acer. But in a lot of cases, if the product doesn't have like a vendor, then you don't need to show that as well. And then we can go ahead and enable image zoom here. So if I disable it, it means this image is no longer zoomable. If I click on it, then it just means that people can zoom in on the image like this. And then we have show these social sharing buttons. So if I unclick this, we have to go to the bottom here, and when I click it again, you see that these social sharing buttons show up at the bottom of the product description. So you can choose whether or not you want to show those. And then the last thing is going to be show dynamic checkout button. So if I click this, you can see that it just lets customers check out directly using a familiar payment method. So this is if you have like Amazon checkout or PayPal Express checkout and stuff. It'll show up right here as like PayPal Express checkout button. So once we've went ahead and chose what we want to do here, we can click save, and then we'll just head back to the Shopify backend. So with that said, that's how you can customize your Shopify product pages. Like I said, if you need more information on the descriptions on SEO or creating collections, I'll leave those videos linked in the description down below. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in another video.